This is DG Vision Network.
Hello everyone, this is DG Vision Network with Bayero Agabi. I am Princely Momodu.
And I'm Gideon Tibleba.
This is DG Vision Network.
Now, one way to stay up to date in the latest happening in the world of business, ICT, innovation and lifestyle is to subscribe to our YouTube channel www.youtube.com/DGVision Network.
Or better still, you follow us on all our social media handles displayed on the screen.
This is DG Vision Network.
We are at that point where we're getting ready to say goodbye to 2021 and hello to 2022. So this edition is going to be a special edition. I like to call it a review edition. Also, on our special report this edition, we're going to be looking at key moments in the IT industry in the year 2021.
We'll also be giving you the top 5 technology that will emerge very soon.
And our guest of the week is seasoned journalist and founder of Technology Times, Shino Badaru, who will be reviewing the IT industry for the year 2021.
These and many more. But first, let's get to see what's been trending in the past week.
The National Identity Management Commission (Nimc) has disclosed that it has enrolled over 70 million persons in the ongoing National Identity Number Name registration, with over 50 million of its mobile app also downloaded. In a statement issued by its head corporate communication, Kayode Adegoke, the Commission explained the Nimc mobile app allow users to digitally verify their names, link their names to their SIM, and print the improved name slip from the comfort of their homes or offices. The Director General, CEO of Nimc, Aliyu Aziz, attributed the agency's achievement largely to the President and to the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy. He said the Commission was able to achieve the feat due to the immeasurable contributions of the President Muhammadu Buhari, the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, the hardworking staff, the front-end partners, and other critical stakeholders in the identity sector. Professor Isa Ali Ibrahim Pantami, the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, has given a nod in the agreement with the National Information Technology Development Agency, creation of new subsidiary. The Office for Nigerian Digital Innovation, ONDI, was created through the successful merger of 2 of Nitda'S subsidiaries, according to official notice issued by the agency, in its effort to implement the national digital economy policy and strategy and to streamline its operation to serve stakeholders more efficiently. Merged 2 of its former special purpose vehicles, the Office for ICT Innovation and Entrepreneurship and the Office for Nigeria Content Development in ICC, to create more robust and functional subsidiary.
This is DG Vision Network with Bayero Agabi, your leading ICT business, lifestyle, and innovation show on the continent. Don't forget to follow us on the social media handles displayed on your screen.
So, on our special report for today, we are looking at year 2021. And we're reviewing the major events, the news, the things that trended, the innovations, and all.
An interesting year coming from a year which was highlighted by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yes.
So 2021 was, it kicked off as an interesting year. A year to look forward to, especially in the technology space.
Yes. A lot of things emerged last year during the pandemic that changed how we live our lives. And we were anticipating.
Yes.
And so eager to see how we'll continue.
What the new normal will look like.
in the year 2021. And so far so good. I have not been disappointed. Because it's so interesting to see so many people work from home up till now. As a matter of fact, some have said they are never resuming.
Yeah, of course. That's I know companies are also looking at new opportunities with remote working and cutting costs and all that.
Yes, it's more economical to even run. But before you do that, you must have a structure on ground to ensure that even while your staffs are working from different locations, they give you results.
Yes. And not to forget some interesting innovations that came this year and some also interesting trends. But let's not let the cat out of the bag. Enjoy this report. Coming from a year dominated by the COVID-19 pandemic on all fronts, the year 2021 promised to be a year like no other, and that it was, as a whole lot of gains were made with unprecedented acceleration and innovations, but still it wasn't a year without controversy. So as 2021 comes to a close, here are some major moments, news and trends that shook the tech ecosystem in Nigeria in 2021. The continual rise of Nigerian startups. Nigerian startup ecosystem has been on the rise over the past years, making it a leading hub for entrepreneurs on the continent. The year 2021 cemented Nigeria's place as Africa's most attractive tech hub for investors. According to Mary Beth Leonard, U.S. Ambassador to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, African-based tech startup raised more than $2.9 billion. With $1.7 billion, Nigeria attracted 60% of the total money raised by tech startups in Africa in 2021. The year 2021 also saw 3 unicorns come out of the fintech space in Nigeria after reaching a valuation of over $1 billion. Twitter ban. On the 5th of June 2021, the Nigerian government officially put an indefinite ban on Twitter, restricting it from operating in Nigeria. The government claimed the ban was based on a litany of problems with the social media platform in Nigeria, where misinformation and fake news spread through it have had real-world violent consequences. Citing persistent use of the platform for activities that are capable of undermining Nigerians' corporate existence. The move by the federal government drew wild reactions from Nigerians and even international organizations.
It's a constitutional provision by virtue of Section 22. That is why the press is regarded as the fourth realm of the estate, because they even hold it a greater duty than the judiciary to hold government accountable to the people. And one of such means is, Twitter as a means of communication. Twitter as a new means of putting a communication tool in the hands of everybody. So you have a constitutional provision, a constitutional enablement, and then by fiat, order, pronouncement of the government or the president, as the case may be, you remove that constitutional provision. You deny the people of that constitutional provision. That's an abuse. That's arbitrariness. That's dictatorship.
Minister of Information and Culture Lai Mohammed stated the ban will be lifted once Twitter submits to local licensing, registration and conditions. In late June 2021, Twitter announced it would enter talks with Nigerian government over the platform suspension, and talks began on July 2021. On 15th of September 2021, Lai Mohammed said Nigerian government will lift the ban on Twitter in few days after reporting that negotiations with the social media platform had been productive and quite respectful. As of the filing of this report, the ban on Twitter has yet to be lifted. Though many Nigerians still access the social media platform via VPNs. And from one ban to another, the ban on cryptocurrencies. It's no secret that blockchain and cryptocurrency market has been on the rise, with new currencies and their values creating all the buzz. According to 2021 Chain Analytics Global Crypto Adoption Index report, Nigeria was ranked 6th on the list of top 20 countries globally with the highest grassroots crypto adoption. So it came as a shock when the federal government, through the Central Bank of Nigeria, early in the year placed a ban on cryptocurrency trading in the country.
Now, the CBN has said banks should not do business with those companies. That is not good for business, especially for the crypto community, but I understand from the viewpoint of CBN and the banks why that directive has to be.
The CBN said the directive became necessary to protect the financial system and the generality of Nigerians, including the youth population, from risks of inherent crypto assets transaction. The regulator claimed the risks have escalated in recent times and have dire consequences for the integrity of the financial system and financial stability.
Hello, I am Bayero Agabi, welcoming you to this new ride, a digital ride that takes you into the lifestyle experience of innovation, tech impact and new business frontiers. This is DG Vision Network. On a weekly basis, we keep you well informed of developments and trends. Now the tech ecosystem is impacting politics, business, public and private enterprise management, plus how the new digital life can transform your business. I am Bayero Agabi. Join us.
All right, that is just the A part of that special report. We promise that next week we'll give you the concluding part on the major events that happened in year 2021.
Now, technology keeps evolving. Sometimes you get to see some technologies that they don't go mainstream. Let's say they take some time to catch on. Like I was really excited. It was funny for me to learn that the smartwatch came out 1998, where it took a little bit of time before it catch on.
Yes.
So there are many technologies like this. Even the electric car was first came out in the 19th century, where it didn't catch on until like 2010.
Yes.
So there are so many technologies that are available that have not gone mainstream. So now top 5 for this edition, we'll be looking at top 5 emerging technology that will soon go mainstream.
Enjoy this.
Technology is a dynamic and ever-changing entity. Every year, new technologies are introduced, and something is always on the verge of becoming mainstream. On this edition of Top 5, we'll be giving you top 5 emerging technologies that will soon become mainstream. At number 5 is smart glasses. Notwithstanding the augmented reality and virtual reality, eyewear is becoming a smarter virtual reality. The expansion of smart glasses is being fueled by the continual investment from big tech companies to develop and use augmented and virtual reality outside their established areas of use, as well as an increased demand from businesses. Augmented reality is propelling the penetration of smart glasses into numerous areas of internet-connected society, from first-person imagining to enhanced turn-by-turn instructions, face recognition, and health sensing. At number 4 is smart houses. We already have smart appliances like refrigerator that alerts you when you're running out of specific food item, and oven you can control from your smartphone. These devices will combine into a single home unit that will be able to operate with your smartphone, tablet, or computer in the not too distant future. We're talking about adjusting the temperature, changing the TV channel, and receiving notifications when your laundry is being done without even leaving your couch. At number 3 is wireless energy transfer. This would allow people with certain cell phones to charge them without using wires. This is significant since there are numerous uses for wireless energy transfer. When electric cars become more popular, you will be able to park your car on top of a charging station and it will charge. They might even construct solar-powered highways that charge your automobile as you drive. The possibilities are only limited by one's imagination, and wireless phone charging is merely the tip of the iceberg. At number 2 is smart data. Even if more and more things are becoming automated these days, there are still some tasks that must be completed manually. It's similar to adding someone to your phone's or email contact list. Things like this are almost certainly coming to an end. Companies are already working on automating your relationship management by creating a contact list based on factors like your email inbox, current contact list, messages, and so on. You'll reach a stage where all you have to do is ask for someone's name and you'll be able to construct a contact profile without doing any work. And to number 1 on the list of top 5 emerging technologies that will soon go mainstream is brain-computer interfaces. To some extent, this already exists. Quadriplegics have already been utilizing them to communicate through computers for years. The technology isn't as advanced as it could be, but it is getting there. This means there may be a time in the future when you wouldn't need a mouse or keyboard. You can think about things and they will appear on your screen. This is ideal for persons with disabilities, those who want to be more productive, and gamers alike. There you have it for a list of top 5 emerging technologies that will soon go mainstream.
This is AIT Infotech Network, reaching you from Freetown in Sierra Leone,
Accra, the Ghanaian capital, Addis Ababa in Ethiopia, Johannesburg in South Africa,
we are in Cairo in Egypt,
Tunis, the Tunisian capital,
Cape Town in South Africa,
reaching you from Dubai, Hanover in Germany,
live from Chicago, Las Vegas in the United States of America, Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, we are in Beijing, China, in London, England.
Alright, still talking about reviews for 2021. We have on the show today a seasoned journalist and we will be reviewing all the major events that happened in the ICT industry for 2021.
Interesting year, seeing that GSM was 20 this year.
Yes, GSM and Cyber Africa too.
Oh, Cyber Africa too. 10 years.
So it's a very spectacular year for the ICT industry.
Very spectacular.
So we have with us on the show today
Shina Badaru, a seasoned journalist and founder of Technology Times. Our reporter Hilary sat down with him to have an interesting discussion on reviewing the ICT industry. Enjoy the conversation.
Shina Badaru, welcome once again.
Thank you very much, Hilary.
All right, from our background, our preamble, in 2001 you witnessed the GSM auction, and in 2021 you witnessed the 5G auction. Can you take us in retrospect what happened in 2001 and how have we fared these years leading on to the much talked about and recently launched 5G?
Okay, thank you very much, first of all, for granting me the privilege to share my thoughts and ideas with your diverse viewers across Nigeria, Africa, and beyond. In 2001, if I recall very well, specifically January, Nigeria was actually more on the edge of a major milestone in the history of the Nigerian telecommunications industry. In that era, if you do recall, Nigeria had just about 750,000 lines for over 150 million people. So you could possibly imagine how much of expectations and enthusiasm as well as interest and attention, not just across Nigeria, but across Africa and across the world, that Nigeria at that time, under President Olusegun Obasanjo, was conducting a fresh round of digital mobile license spectrum auctions. If you look back at that time, at the numbers, you realize that it was such that the auction process itself and all the attendant activities that followed it created so much interest, so much attention, and so much expectation that in retrospect it can be comparable to what we have today or what we had last week or about a fortnight ago with the 5G spectrum auction. Of course, the enthusiasm was there also, but let's take a trip back in time to what the landscape was in 2001. In 2001, there were quite a handful of mobile phone companies, actually then, to put history in perspective. There was the Starcoms of this world, there were the Intercellulars of this world, there were the Multilinks of this world. However, the scale of their operation, as well as the penetration, access, affordability, and so many other factors made their service limited. What do I look at it today? Today we have in excess of over 190 million phone lines, active phone lines. We have over 150 internet subscribers. We have over 70-something million broadband connections. The numbers today are awesome. The possibilities and promises of how telephony, basic telephony, has transformed our lives is unimaginable.
2022 promises a whole lot in terms of disruptions, in terms of game-changing policies, in terms of innovation. What are the expectations? What should we as a country be looking forward to as those key things that will define the year in terms of telecoms and ICT?
Okay, I think the key word or the key phrase will be digital transformation. What do I mean by digital transformation? entities across private sector, government, and all of that will find that they are catering to a new level of customers and citizenry who today use technology. Okay, so it would no longer be the case that you want to apply for your passport, that you're doing it manually. So government across all levels, local, state, and federal, will find itself coming under increasing pressure to digitally transform a lot of its processes, a lot of its operation, and all of that, because as far as we enter a new era driven by technology, and finding also that our lives are being shaped by what we over the last 1 year or two refer to as the new normal. The new normal meaning that people do hybrid remote working and all of that. So the citizens will put government under pressure to ensure that, look, basic information that we need from your local government will be available, must be available on your website. The websites must be updated. We must be able to conduct transactions via those websites. We must be able to get government information from government.ng websites rather than being going to Twitter as a first port of call, or Facebook or social media. So government will come under increasing pressure from that. The private sector too, because, like I keep saying, at the heart of it all is the customer. So if the customer has made that transition, if the customer who doesn't want to show up in the banking hall, and you're still dragging the customer back to the banking hall, the customer will then do what happens in the telecoms industry. The customer will port to a service provider that can live up to the promises of his lifestyle expectations, his business expectations, and a whole lot more. So 2022 will witness the most profound digital transformation that we've ever seen in the history of the Nigerian, in the history of our country, and things will never be the same again. So it's going to be about just those three things: digital transformation, digital transformation, digital transformation. Anyone that can't keep pace would either shape up or what? Ship out. That's the watchword for 2020.
And a quick wrap. Now, how would you assess, on a general note, the performances of the key agencies of government in the telecoms and ICT sector, the public institutions, especially the NCC, Nitda'S, Galaxy Backbone, Nimc, and perhaps NIPOST? What's your general assessment?
Okay.
And then a scorecard of the ministry's performance.
Okay. Let me first of all say that Professor Pantami, we've come to realize in a short period of time, is a go-getter. I would describe him as that. He is a man that manages to go into government and get things done. He's been able to successfully roll out a number of policies. If we understand the nature of his ministry, at the heart of his mandate is that policy, is the delivery of that enabling environment through various government programs and policies. So Pantami has proved to be a go-getter that gets it done. Quite a number of policies have come out under his watch: national broadband policy, the digital economy, and a whole lot of other things. So I'll score him and rate him very high. NCC has been superb. They've always been superb. NCC is a poster boy of what a federal agency using technology to drive its processes across, providing information, across collaborating with key stakeholders, across ensuring the depth of stakeholder engagement across the entire spectrum operators, the media, and the various industry associations, NCC is performed creditably under the watch of Professor Umar Garba Dambata, and we can only wish him a whole lot more as NCC turns 30 next year on his watch. Yeah, on his watch. I can give you that exclusive on his watch as the chief telecoms regulator in Nigeria. So he's turned out to be the man who's taking us to a major milestone. Nitda'S is been seen as a major promoter of data privacy and data protection. That's a masterstroke initiative on the watch of its DG, and probably and possibly the youngest federal CIO that we know, Malam Kashifu Inua, is done fantastically well. Must also commend Nimc. Nimc in the last 1 year has ramped up digital identity registration and enrollment compared to, of course, there were a few interventions. The minister ordering the stoppage of SIMs and all of that, and having mobile network operators complement that process. And we've seen the ramp up of numbers that we've never seen any time since the creation of that identity manager agency. So it's 2021 has been a good year for Nimc. NIPOST is still brick and mortar. We are hoping that NIPOST can be digitally transformed to turn various post offices across Nigeria into new e-centers that will enable the delivery of various kind of e-services that will be the outlet to connect Nigeria better, to offer new e-services. We're hoping that NIPOST can make that transition.
And informative conversation with Shino Badaru, the founder of Technology Times and pioneer editor of This Day Information Technology segment. Thank you so much for joining us on this conversation, and warm compliments of the season.
Yes, that was a very interesting conversation with Shino Badaru, and that brings it to the size of this show. This is the Christmas edition, right? Yes. So we at DT Vision are wishing you guys a Merry Christmas as we sign out on this edition. But don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/DG Vision Network. I am Princely Mamodu.
And I'm Gideon Tobilaba.
Bye for now.